Greetings, Taurus. Welcome to Muse and Magic 1111. Thanks for stopping by my channel for yet another deep dive into your reading. Today, Taurus, we're going to just dive in and get right to it, okay? Um, so let's see what's happening in your world. All right, so we're going to start off here with this. It appears that someone is feeling a bit alone. Maybe you feel like um, I don't know if you're the one giving the cold shoulder. Maybe you feel like someone's giving you the cold shoulder, but you feel um, like walking away or turning your back on something. Um, or at least you just feel very isolated, so your back is turned on something, okay? This, I feel like in part is due um, I don't know why I just want to I feel like saying the wounded warrior. I feel like you're just exhausted. I feel like you're exhausted. I almost can just see this hamster wheel going, and you're constantly going, fast on it, but just realizing that you're getting nowhere. It's just rotating around and around. And it's almost like after all this effort and time that I've put into this, into life, into the project, into work, into whatever, the business, into whatever it is your thing, your career, what you're doing, it's like your strength has been depleted. And so it's just you're growing a little tired, a little weary. Okay. Um and it's almost like this is affecting your view of abundance, or maybe it's literally affecting your money, your coins, right? Um, I don't know. This is coming together kind of. It maybe you're in a haze, and that's why I'm feeling a little hazy in this read. Like it's not even clear. I'm not sure if you're being honest with yourself about what's happening, or maybe not being honest with yourself about how you're feeling or what's really transpiring, but your strength is being depleted. You're not feeling as strong, as youthful, as abundant, as, conquerors. I'm making up words now, okay, but you're just not feeling like the conquering lion right now with everything that's going on around you, okay, especially as it pertains to your coins. So then we have, yeah, just this money frustration. Like it's almost like I want to say your bank account or your wallet or your coins are all kind of upside down right now. Maybe, okay, so that is a term that we use in contract, like if you buy a car, right, or something, um, and you now owe more on it than it's worth. That's called being upside down, right? So I just feel like that's what's kind of going on. Maybe you owe more on things than they're worth, or just maybe you just feel like you're not getting paid your worth. You put in way more work and time than you get paid your worth. Um, Something around that. Um, and it's interesting because just clarifying that, just what came up is that this is a time to really start talking to your angels and your spirit guides about about what it is that you need, about what it is. Excuse me, I always do this because I'm recording. It's like the middle of the night right now. Um, but I wanted to get this message to you, so bear with me. Um, I don't know. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. See what else is here. So we have King of Swords. King of Swords is very confident, very powerful, very intelligent, very witty, um, masculine energy. And yet it's almost like with all this confidence, with all this power, here is this man now sitting, or masculine energy sitting, like there's something being offered. There's an opportunity being offered, but apparently it's not very appealing because, you know, it's almost like someone's just very unhappy with it. It's just, what am I gonna do with that? That's what I feel like, what am I gonna do with that? Right? Interesting. Again, I'm gonna say this came up in another reading. I just feel like the thrill is gone. Whatever this thing is, this energy is around, it's gone. It's dead. Bye bye. Okay. I almost want to start singing this song. It's an old song. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what I do. These, um, and that's just what I do. And then something, then I walk all over you. Anyways, something to the tune of that. But basically, it's almost like someone just wants to put their boots on and just get to stepping. You know what I mean? Take it how it resonates, but that's just what I'm getting. There is an ending of something, an ending of a cycle, an ending of I want it for some of you, a career, just an ending of something. Um, there's an opportunity that awaits you or that is being offered though. And I think that this, uh, coming to you from a feminine energy. Okay. Um, However, gosh, this is so interesting though. It still doesn't solve the problem. It's like the offers you've been getting, or the offers that's been coming in, or the money that you've been making or being paid for the work that you're rendering, is just still not, the math ain't mathing. It's just still not adding up. It's just not enough, or just not enough for you to not be frustrated anymore. Okay. However, it's the best that you can do for now. It's the best opportunity for now. It's the best at what you can manifest at this time. Not that you cannot manifest better. Please don't take it like that. But it's just like this is the best predicament, the best situation. This is the most I could do with what I have right now. Okay, that's how I feel. So that's kind of how life I feel is going for you. You just feel like I've got the best circumstances, or I have the best setup and situation for the circumstances, okay, that I'm in right now. Okay, so here we are. Just think there's probably just a bit of a, like, you're tired of waiting, like, you know what I mean? It just seems like I'm just waiting and waiting for something to change, waiting for things to get better, waiting for my abundance, waiting for my wealth. I've been waiting. I've been putting in the work. I've been doing what I'm supposed to do. I've been, man, I just been, you know what I mean? And still, I'm not quite where I want to be, and still I feel like this, I'm not getting paid my worth, or I'm undervalued, or something around that, because that's tied to this frustration around the money. Okay. um so you're tired of waiting, which kind of can come across as impatient, but I think it's that you feel like I've been patient long enough. When is my time? When's it my time to shine? Right. um yeah. And so there's just kind of like this walking away, cutting of losses. I'm going to pick up, I'm going to just pick up my, I'm going to pick up my remaining. Okay, this is really what I'm getting from this. There's this old song we used to sing like in Sunday school or in church or something when I was much younger. And it was called Study War No More. So the lyrics were, I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. I'm gonna lay down my burdens down by the riverside, gonna study war no more, right? Gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside, down by the riverside, down by the riverside. Gonna lay down my sword and shield down by the riverside. And that's what this is giving me with this Five of Swords. It's like it's time to just walk away from the war. You know what I mean? From the fight of it all, from the I just want to study war no more. I just want to kind of put down my sword and shield. I just want, or pick up my sword and shield and just kind of keep it moving. I don't want to stay here in this space anymore. I don't want to keep fighting the same fight, doing things the same way and rendering no results. Okay? That's the feel that I get. And with that being said, that is the right path. Okay? With that being said, I think that's when the wheels start turning. That's when something starts changing. That's when change is starting to come around for you. Just kind of interesting. But that's kind of a financial piece. Clearly, there's financial frustrations, you know, overworked, underpaid, or just undervalued, feeling undervalued with what it is that you're doing, or having put in so much time, effort, and work into a thing, and it's just not really paying. It's not all it was cracked up to be. Okay, maybe even feeling like you've kind of wasted time. Okay, so let's get into some relationship stuff here. What's going on on the relationship side with you, Taurus? Okay, so clearly there's some type of a past life relationship here. Maybe you've known each other in some other life. You've known each other before. Um, this is so interesting though. So there's a past life situation here. There's something, okay, someone's not very optimistic about, okay? Um, I think it's because maybe the situation does not allow for you to be very dependent upon this person. Maybe they're not very dependable. Um, one or the other. Take it as it resonates because you could be on the other side of this, okay? But somebody's not very dependable, all right? So I think there hasn't been an expression of love or adoration or admiration in a long time or in some time, okay? Or maybe it just doesn't happen, period. Um, and so, although there's like this energy of because of this energy, it's like the relationship is just kind of at a standstill. It's not going any higher. It's not descending, but it's not ascending, if that makes sense. Okay. Someone has refuses to heal something from the past. Typically, we all come here with with some type of um, some type of issues. By the time you're, 30 plus years old, I'm going to say that, sometimes even younger than that. But by the time everyone is about 30 plus years old, you've had a couple of relationships under your belt, everyone is dealing with something that they need to heal. Okay. from a past relationship or childhood wounds and trauma. And, we all have something we need to work on healing. Okay. Someone has some family issues that still haven't been worked out, and that can run over into current life as we get older, relationships, and it can affect the trust, which I feel like has been something's happening around trust here. So it can have this side effect on the trust that we want to have in people and in a relationship, but inevitably can't because we're still dealing with, again, just some, past, issues, or oftentimes related to family issues. Even the way our mothers and fathers might have related to each other, or the lack thereof, can also have a lasting effect on how we deal with partnerships, in our adult lives. Okay. So there was some deception here. Okay. Someone has been deceitful, or either someone's wearing a false mask, which means you're just not being honest about something, or even about yourself, or about your true feelings and how you really feel. Religious factors play a factor in this, play a part in this, right? Again, growing up with religious backgrounds and just having this um, constant conditioning as to what a relationship is supposed to look like, what it shouldn't look like, what, man, almost like even the thought of being married and you're never supposed to get a divorce. You know what I mean? That can be a little traumatizing for people, and really bad advice, because some people will stay in a very abusive situation because, oh, what the Bible says. You know what I mean? And so it's just such a crazy thing, we humans, so basic and silly at times. But that's what is affecting this connection, religious factors or religious beliefs. And this is clearly a soulmate situation because, again, this is a past life relationship, so it is a soulmate. And I will say this again, all the universes are soulmate, right? All the people that we encounter this lifetime are our soulmates, which is very different from a twin flame, or, that kind of thing. But at the end of the day, a soulmate is still a soulmate. It's still someone who we have, I believe at least, contracted with to come here this lifetime and work some things out, to heal some things with, to get some lessons from it, or to journey with in a partnership, you know. Um, I don't know. Let's just see if there's more to the story though, like, because I'm still kind of not feeling. See. So, there's definitely chemistry here. Okay. There's definitely some type of financial and career issues. I almost want to say that are preventing the health, okay, the optimal health of this relationship. Um, Looks like there's a call for forgiving and learning. Forgiveness and learning. Okay? Because both parties here need to recognize that they both deserve love. No one is unworthy of anyone's love. That they both deserve love. But someone is questioning. There is a question as to whether or not it's worth waiting for. Like the comeback is worth waiting for in this situation. And I'm going to stop there. Okay. I'm going to clear these cards. And let's just kind of get into these hidden. Well, actually, before we do that, let's just get into the challenges. What are the challenges here And then we'll get into the heart's hidden messages. Ooh. So this is about, one of the challenges is creative expression. It's almost like I think many people's souls are just calling out to be authentically who they are. Whether it's a wild woman who runs with wolves, whether it's a wild man who runs with wolves, whether it's, just being authentically who they are, being able to be transparent. And this is what is the challenge right now. Someone feels like they can't really be authentically who they are or express themselves truly, like the truth of what's going on or the truth about how they feel. Okay. Someone doesn't feel very supported, so that's a challenge. You know, leadership is a challenge. I almost see like two people fighting for the role of leadership instead of recognizing that no one person has to bear that burden alone. It could be there can be ebb and flow. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm doing this for some reason. This is spirit doing this. Like, there can be shared responsibility, shared leadership, you know. There could be harmony here. The challenge has to do with travel here. This travel could be about relocation. This travel could be about traveling for work, but somehow this is in the challenge position. So this is causing some type of a rift or causing some type of disharmony in this situation. Maybe a lack of trust or some type of doubt, something. But something surrounded around travel is pretty much the challenge. This could be that someone actually has already traveled, okay? And that is what has kind of gotten things a little bit off kilter, okay? Remember, there was someone wearing a false mask, someone not being honest. So take that as it resonates. And then, yeah, someone is supposed to be writing or journaling or, you know, but for sure writing about your experience, maybe even writing about your relationship particularly. And but whatever it is, or maybe you are already a creative writer, the bottom line is that this is in the challenge position again. So let me just remind you that these are energies that, you're having a little bit more of a difficult time um, manifesting your true expression, um, possibly manifesting support or support system. Who's in control, because that's what people think when they think about leadership. Who's in control, who's running things. But it doesn't have to be about that. It could be a collective effort. Okay. Let's see. Let's get into these hidden heart messages. See if we can find out a little bit more about what's going on here. I don't know why. This is the only reading I've done where it's just been kind of like, very interesting energy. Like, it's just kind of foggy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know, interesting. All right, so Yeah. So this is a very intimate bond, a very intimate connection. Somebody here is conflicted. You know, it's like they run hot and cold. Um, there's multiple ways that this can go, and it's like one day, okay, I'm ready to make this decision, or I'm feeling this kind of a way, or I'm recognizing what this is, and then the next day it's like a totally the opposite, hot and cold, right? Um, but this is a very wow, this this is a very passionate connection, and I almost want to say twin flamey because soulmates came out, deep love, unity, communication, commitment. But this is attraction, deep attraction, like sparks flying, right? Return, second chance opportunity, making amends. So this is someone who has come back, which is very twin flame energy. So this is someone who has come back or is in or on their way back, but I feel like this is already happening. And now this is starting to make sense with um the man, this starting to make sense when the other card came out about um what did I say? It was like deception or something like that, right? Someone wearing a false mask, someone just not being honest and being very truthful. Whew. Let's pull a couple more. Yeah, this is just two people who are really like can't take their hands off each other. Twin flames. You just can't even make this up at this point. um, mirroring shared feelings and reflections. Yeah, it's kind of like okay. Couple things to be happening here. Somebody might really be dibbling and dabbling in some magic. Um, but at the same time, it's almost like this connection is a blessing and a curse at the same time. Okay, that's what I'm really getting from this. Um, but again, uh, there has been distance, there's been separation, there's been space, there's been blockage around this situation. So maybe someone is either sitting in silence right now, kind of stonewalling someone, or maybe just sitting in silence because I just feel like this energy of contemplation. Remember with that card of just kind of running hot and cold, very conflicted. Okay. Let's see if there's any special messages though from this twin flamey energy or soulmate energy. What are the messages? Because I feel like you need to hear something if there's been silence or uh-oh, this popped right out. You're a better person than I am. Understanding, I see your side of the story. Soul contract, the lessons I learned from us will never be forgotten. Sabotage, I mess up the good things in my life sometimes. Missed opportunity, I didn't act when I should have. You made me realize my flaws with shadow side. And mend, I want to fix our connection. And bottom of the deck is forgiveness. I'm struggling to get over the past. Okay. All right, so let's just check out the changes that are underway before we wrap up this reading. Changes are underway for my Taurus. Hmm. So the changes that are underway, first of all, there's something having to do with adult children. Now, this could mean a couple of different things. Adult children could be relevant to like affecting this situation. Um, Sometimes in connections, depending on the dynamics or depending on the parties involved and how this is set up, adult children can be really difficult, you know what I mean? To kind of, let me rephrase that. They can kind of make relationships very difficult for two people if the two people are not their biological parents coming back together or something like that, if that makes sense. Okay. Um, but also with adult children, this could also have a lot to do with, because I've been coming into this a lot, this energy a lot, or it's been coming on my radar, just having adult children that actually are adult in age, but they still need taken care of for whatever reason. Okay. It could be special needs, it could be handicap, it could be, you know what I mean? So, but these are the changes that are underway. All right. Maybe there are children that are now crossing over into adulthood because now they're graduating from high school, you know what I mean, or whatever. But um, finances, there's changes in the finances coming. Self-care regime, that's coming. Um, Someone here definitely needs to start taking better care of themselves. I just feel like I see, because that also came up earlier with the money situation, like, putting in so much time and so much work and just not really getting, um, feeling like you're not really getting compensated your worth. And so what that can do is sometimes cause burnout. I don't know why I felt like I needed to say something about burnout, but this is, taking care of yourself. Get to yourself. What I see is like this serious phase, especially with that. I think, what was that, the King of Swords or something, that come out? I feel like it did, but almost like this, just a seriousness. Like life has been happening, life has been lifing, and sometimes what happens in that we get so serious and so about our business that we just kind of forget to just, you know, um, we forget to like sometimes reconcile with our inner child. We forget to have fun in life. You know what I mean? Everything doesn't have to be about just being so serious and adulting. You know what I mean? So that's the message for someone. New career is on the horizon for someone. So someone's going to get an opportunity to definitely change their course, change their path, and inevitably that is definitely going to change the financial situation and relationship dynamics. This change is underway as well. Okay. So speaking of self-care, why don't we just try and get into what um, you need to do, Taurus, for yourself as far as the self-care. What is it that you can do to help yourself kind of get back to the middle, get grounded, and just start taking care of you? Okay. Listen to your heart. Walk it off. Someone needs to get back to walking. don't know if it was something that you used to always do or that you never done before, but just get back to walking. It's a little bit more difficult now because the weather's changing. We're in fall, so of course this walking it off might have to be on a treadmill or something like that, or within the neighborhood somewhere close. But and woo woo is wonderful. Just don't be afraid to get back to your magical workings, and by that I just mean whatever makes you feel very magical, very whether it's, you know, lighting or burning your aromatherapies throughout the house, um, getting back to your, your candle work or your herbs and your tinctures. Just those are the things that are going to help you get back to the middle, get back to one. Okay, those old school remedies that your grandmama and your great grandmama and them used to give you, especially during this time for immunity boost. You know what I mean? Those herbal teas and whatnot. But just doing things like that will just help you kind of just get back grounded and also just take care of yourself. And last but not least, get a new story. Whatever it is you've been telling yourself is your story. It does not have to be. I've had to say this several times through several of these messages, that you are the author of your own story. You do not have to stay stuck in any one story. You can change it anytime you choose. Okay? The pen is in your hand. All right? So, with that being said, Taurus, in all you're getting, get understanding. Remember that love is the highest vibration of all. Love brings change. And until next time, I love you. I'm always rooting um, and praying for your success. And until next time, optimal health, wealth, and wholeness to you. Mwah. Bye.